All right, so maybe let's step a little bit back and define what are we even talking about? What
Yeah.
is accessibility in terms of web presence?
Yeah. So if we tend to think about people with disabilities are, represent all kinds of different limitations with how they can use the web. So one example would be someone who's totally blind. So they have a screen reader, have a tool on their machine that reads out loud to them pieces of the website and how it's formatted, but it has to be formatted correctly for them to do that. For example, you have to have the heading structures, the one and only H1, that's the page or post or product title, and then H2s and then nested, because people are scanning through the content using that. It has to have link text that's not ambiguous, right? So some of those things that help a person who can't see the content to still understand and perceive and move through the content, get the benefit of the content. So a lot of people can't use a mouse. So if you can't use a mouse on a desktop, or don't have a steadiness on your phone to tap the buttons, or the links, how do you begin to use those tools? Well, you have some magnifiers, you have some, you can keyboard navigate, and that comes back for the screen readers too. People use keyboard navigation. So if you've ever used like Control S, that's one keyboard shortcut, but there are hundreds, and you can navigate through your site using just the tab and enter keys, maybe sometimes the arrow keys too. But if you can't navigate through all the functions of your website using your keyboard, that's a problem. So, for instance, you and I both come from the WordPress community. If you're in WooCommerce, there are some uh, plugins for WooCommerce that are giving like variations, right? You're going to buy, let's say, a gift card, and the gift cards have different faces, but because of the way that plugin is constructed, nobody can select an option. Nobody can select the face of the gift card, which means they can never put it in the cart and never buy it, right? So you've just prevented someone from purchasing your product because they can't navigate to it by keyboard. But we think about things. So those are kind of two of the big ones. But we think about things even like people who are colorblind. About 10% of 8 to 10% of all men are colorblind, and so do you do things on there with the design that only indicate things by color? Do you have captions on your videos for people with hearing impairments, hearing limitations? All of those things that help people experience and understand, perceive your content, uh, is what we're talking about, and removing the barriers for people.